Greetings everyone, Terra from TRVideoGaming here. The game you are watching in the background is Borderlands, the zombie island of Dr. Ned, a DLC made by Gearbox Software and 2K Games, and released in 2009. For those of you who have been living under a rock for the past 15 years, Duke Nukem Forever was one of those vaporware titles that was often rumored but never actually released. That is, until June of 2011, when DNF finally came out using content from 3D Realms, Treyarch Studios, and eventually Gearbox and 2K Games. Since its release, DNF has received poor critical and consumer reviews. However, a vocal minority has been screaming its praises to anyone within earshot, nothing new there. Of course, there have been plenty of stories as to why 2K and Gearbox wound up finishing the game, which has been in development hell for over 15 years due to one of the creators, George Broussard, becoming more of an auteur and choosing to make the game his magnum opus rather than just a game. Broussard, for example, would have a nearly finished game, then find a new game engine and require his staff to start over from scratch. This and other delays led to the closing of 3D Realms. Once Broussard was mostly out of the picture, Gearbox president Randy Pitchford is quoted to have said he couldn't let Duke Nukem die, and acquired the license. Still, it had to take significant convincing to get 2K Games to agree to the purchase. Now the big question: what's in it for 2K Games and Gearbox? The answer: Duke Nukem franchise. It's a purely business decision. You see, franchises never really die. Sure, they may have bad games here or there, or there may be other setbacks. But when the doors close and the lights are out, and the eggs are cooling, and the jello's jiggling, and the butter's getting hard, a franchise will eventually return in some form. Metal Gear Solid survived Raiden in the second game, and Metroid will likely survive Other M, etc., etc., etc. And even when a franchise seems to be on their last legs, there's always the reboot. Look at Tomb Raider, which will see its second reboot in 2012. Then there's Twisted Metal, and of course, Mortal Kombat. And even when some franchise games fail, the reason why it got made in the first place was because it was part of an established intellectual property. Look at the recent releases of Castle Wolfenstein, Splatterhouse, Bionic Commando, and so many others. I mean, franchises will continue long after the supposed end of the series as well. Sony, I'm sure, is looking at a way to continue God of War, and we won't need to wait long before the next Castlevania game. And really, how many Final Fantasies do we need to go through before we get to the last one? The next Duke Nukem game, as made by Gearbox and Treyarch, may get the bad taste of DNF out of some critics' mouths. Then again, it may not. The fact of the matter is, however, the franchise will return, because another game is going to come down the line. You can expect that. Alright, please take the time to rate and favorite this video and subscribe if you wish to hear more. This is Terra from TRVideoGaming. Have a great day, everyone. See you next time.